John Rawlings here now, and I bet you wish those skies were clear today.
Oh, it would have been great. Clear skies, no cancellations. That would have been the case. But unfortunately, Mother Nature washed out Lima Land, washed out City Golf, and the Locos had to stay home for an extra day of rest. However, I do have updates for you on the City Golf tournament. Plus, we will see how the pros did in the Travelers Championship right after this quick timeout. As we've seen in years past, Mother Nature can wreak havoc on golf courses, and with an inch and a quarter gathering across Lima Land today, the city tournament had to be postponed. The second and third round of the City Golf tournament has been moved to tomorrow. The two big differences, a change of scenery for the championship flight and a shotgun start. Instead of being at Shawnee, all of the championship matches will tee off tomorrow at the Bluffton Golf Club bright and early at 7:30. And then after the round of 16 is over, the remaining 8 competitors will head over to the Shawnee Country Club to compete for a Final Four spot. As for the pros, a fitting logo for what was needed today in Lima, but not so rainy in Cromwell, Connecticut. Jordan Spieth shot an opening round of 63. Day 2 a little bit tougher for the 23-year-old, but look at this putt on 3. The 36-footer crawling his way back home. Spieth guards a 69, still holding on to that clubhouse lead. On the 11th hole, Jim Furyk has a slow roller that is dead center for birdie, moving him to 5 under on the day, currently in 8th. And 1 hole ahead, Patrick Harrington has an uphill birdie attempt, and he puts just enough on the ball to climb into the hole. Harrington also cards a 69 and shares the 8th position. And check out Brian Harman's birdie on 14. Good speed as it races and traces the outer lip and falls. Harman shoots even par to remain 4 under through day 2. With all golf aside, let's take a break here on your News Now Sports. But when we come back, we visit an Aussie in Lima. The Loco slugger is turning heads yet again. Hear his story right after this quick timeout. Welcome back. This spring, UNOH baseball had one of their best seasons in school history. The Racers went 44-12, and that was without a man who could have been a major contribution to their team. Jack Barrie now gets to train this summer with the Lima Locos to ready him for the upcoming season. From the land down under to middle America, Jack Barrie has found a home for the summer with the Lima Locos.
It's probably one of the best teams I've been on, honestly. But everyone just really meshed and really grew really quickly. Everyone's really good friends with everybody. There isn't any beef or anything in between anybody else. So yeah, really lucky to be on this team.
The Locos have really responded well to him, and obviously they look up to him because he's a man. There's no way around it. He's just a man. So he's a big guy. He's got power. He's a great player. He's a fantastic teammate.
The Aussie was a standout athlete in the Western Hemisphere, garnering attention from the majors and eventually signing with the Twins. However, Barrie was released after a year with the Minnesota Ball Club, a tough situation to face, but a decision that has helped him to grow.
It was honestly just a business thing. They had 2 other guys below me who they wanted to push up, and I was at that point the weakest link. So I just had to cop it and deal with it. It was his business. Honestly, I'm a little bit glad that it happened because it taught me so much about myself, or how I act when I fail and when I'm in those slumps and positions, how to bring myself out of it.
I think he's got a little chip on his shoulder, but he's not really that kind of guy. He's not out for blood. He's a guy who just feels like maybe he got shortchanged, but I think deep down he understands that he can play at that level again, and he's anxious to get back there. He's incredibly upbeat, and that's a rarity, I think, in guys who come off being released. But the guy's got a desire and a work ethic to get back to that level, and I've not seen one sign in him that would lead me to believe that that's hanging over his head.
But good news followed the release. Barrie was granted his amateur status by the NAIA and moved to Ohio, where he will play for UNOH.
I was cheering. I was so happy about it. I was only honestly thinking I was only going to get 1 year, but I ended up getting 2. So I was pretty happy about that. Honestly, this is my time to learn about me and myself, and about how I play and how I want to be as a player. So just to give me a bit more exposure against some live arms, and then once I start doing really well, I'll get a contract and start the career again.
A guy with a professional baseball background, that's a guy we're going to try to sign. I can't be more excited to see him swing a metal bat. And obviously the whole coaching staff at UNOH is excited to see him in our uniform, but I'm excited to see what he brings to the team next year, given the fact that we graduate so many guys, and see if we can't repeat what we did.
In the big leagues, Luis Castillo making his debut for the Reds tonight as they begin their series with the Nationals. Going against Steven Strasburg, Reds starting hot. 8th pitch of the game, Scooter Gennett kisses this one goodbye. That gives the Reds an early 1-0 lead, and they do some more damage in the inning. Devin Mesoraco smacks a single to right field. In comes Adam Duvall to make it 3-0. And let's add some more insurance for Castillo. Jose Pereza puts one out into center. Eugenio Suarez on his horse from second. The Reds put up a 4 spot in the first inning, but go on to give up 5 runs. It's a tie ball game in the 10th. Bryce Harper at the dish with runners on the corners, and he makes the Reds pay. A walk-off single ends this one. Nationals win 6-5. The Reds have now lost 12 of their last 13. As for the Indians, they beat down the Twins earlier this month, sweeping in 4 games on the road. Trevor Bauer on the mound for the Tribe. Top of the second with a man on first. Jorge Polanco hammers one out for his 3rd dinger of the season. That puts the Twins on top 3-0. And then 2 batters later, Brian Dozier doubles deep to center field, scoring Jason Castro from first. Dozier with 3 hits and 2 RBI. Twins get their revenge, winning 5-0. And as for the Tigers, they currently trail the Padres 1-0, and it is in the 5th inning.
All right, thanks, John. We'll be back with stocks.